Do you ever feel like you're doing everything right? You're trying to eat well, you're getting some exercise, you're managing a busy life, but you still feel off. Maybe it's a deep, persistent fatigue that no amount of coffee can seem to fix. Maybe it's that stubborn weight, especially around your middle, that just won't budge no matter how little you eat. Or maybe it's the brain fog, the anxiety, or the mood swings that make you feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster you can't get off of. Most of us are told that this is just a normal part of life. We're told it's stress. We're told it's aging. We're told we're just too busy. But what if it's not just in your head? What if these seemingly disconnected symptoms are actually your body's way of sending you a clear, specific message? Welcome to Health OS, your new home for personalized, evidence-based wellness. In our very first video, we are going to decode those messages. We're going to explore 5 common signs of hormonal imbalance in women that you should not ignore. The information in this video is based on established medical literature and is designed to empower you with knowledge, so you can start having more informed conversations about your own health. Before we dive into the 5 signs, let's quickly establish what hormones even are. Think of them as your body's powerful chemical messengers. They are produced by your endocrine glands like your thyroid, adrenals, and ovaries, and they travel through your bloodstream, telling your organs and tissues what to do. They control almost everything: your metabolism, your sleep cycles, your mood, your energy, your immune system, and so much more. When these messengers are in perfect balance, everything works beautifully. But when even one of them is out of sync, it can create a cascade of issues throughout the entire system. So let's get into the first, and perhaps most common, sign that your hormonal messengers might be off track. Sign number 1, persistent, deep fatigue. And I am not just talking about feeling a little tired at the end of a long day. This is a bone-deep exhaustion. It is the feeling of waking up after a full 8 hours of sleep and still feeling like you could sleep for another 8. It's needing a nap just to get through the afternoon. This kind of profound fatigue is often dismissed as just stress, but it can be a classic sign of 2 major hormonal issues. The first is with your thyroid gland. Your thyroid is the master of your metabolism. When it's underactive, a condition known as hypothyroidism, it slows down your entire body's energy production, leading to debilitating fatigue, weight gain, and feeling cold all the time. Research published in journals like The Lancet has shown that even subclinical, or mild, thyroid dysfunction can have a significant impact on a person's energy and quality of life. The second culprit can be your adrenal glands and their primary hormone, cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. In a healthy person, cortisol is high in the morning to wake you up and slowly tapers down throughout the day. But due to chronic stress, this rhythm can be disrupted. You can end up with what's often called adrenal dysfunction or HPA axis dysregulation, where your cortisol levels are low when they should be high, and high when they should be low. This leaves you feeling exhausted during the day, but wired and tired at night. If you are experiencing this kind of deep fatigue, a crucial first step is to prioritize rest and manage stress in a real way through practices like meditation, gentle walks in nature, or simply scheduling downtime. It's also vital to discuss getting a full thyroid panel and cortisol check with your doctor. Sign number 2, unexplained weight gain, or an inability to lose weight. You feel like you're eating less and moving more, but the number on the scale keeps creeping up, especially around your abdomen. This is one of the most frustrating symptoms women face. And it is almost always hormonal. The primary hormone at play here is insulin. Insulin's job is to shuttle glucose, or sugar, from your bloodstream into your cells for energy. But a diet high in processed carbohydrates and sugar can make your cells resistant to insulin's message. Your body's response is to pump out even more insulin to try and get the job done. This state, known as insulin resistance, is a powerful fat storage signal, particularly for belly fat. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, insulin resistance is a key component of metabolic syndrome and is incredibly common. Your stress hormone, cortisol, also plays a major role here. High cortisol levels not only encourage the storage of visceral belly fat, but can also trigger cravings for high sugar, high-fat foods, creating a vicious cycle. Finally, the balance between estrogen and progesterone is key. A state of estrogen dominance, where estrogen levels are high relative to progesterone, can also promote weight gain and water retention. A powerful first step to address this is to focus on balancing your blood sugar. This means reducing your intake of refined carbs and sugars and building every meal around what we call the trifecta: protein, healthy fats, and fiber. And that leads us directly into sign number 3, because the same hormones that control your weight also have a massive impact on your brain. Sign number 3, severe mood swings, anxiety, or brain fog. Do you ever feel like your moods are completely out of your control? One minute you're fine, the next you're irritable, anxious, or on the verge of tears for no apparent reason. Or maybe you struggle with brain fog, that feeling of having a hard time concentrating, remembering names, or feeling mentally sharp. These are not character flaws. They are often symptoms of neuroinflammation and neurotransmitter imbalance driven by your hormones. Estrogen helps boost serotonin and dopamine, your feel-good and motivation chemicals. Progesterone has a calming, anti-anxiety effect, often described as the body's natural Valium. When these two hormones are on a roller coaster, which is common during PMS, perimenopause, or due to chronic stress, your mood can go along for the ride. Studies in journals like the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism have explored this deep connection. Furthermore, your thyroid hormones are absolutely essential for proper cognitive function. When your thyroid is sluggish, so is your brain, leading to that classic brain fog and even feelings of depression. Managing your blood sugar with a whole foods diet and seriously addressing stress to lower cortisol can have a profound, positive impact on your mood and mental clarity. Sign number 4, irregular cycles and related skin and hair issues. For many women, this is the most direct and obvious sign that their hormones are out of balance, yet it's often normalized or simply managed with medication without addressing the root cause. Irregular cycles can mean many things. Cycles that are longer than 35 days or shorter than 21. Heavy or painful periods or missing periods altogether. Often, this is linked to a condition called polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, which affects millions of women worldwide. A key feature of PCOS is an excess of androgenic hormones, like testosterone. While testosterone is a normal female hormone, in excess it can prevent regular ovulation, leading to irregular cycles. But these excess androgens also show up in other ways. They can trigger hormonal acne, especially deep, cystic acne along the jawline. They can also cause hirsutism, which is unwanted hair growth on the face and body, and, paradoxically, can lead to androgenic alopecia, which is the thinning of hair on your scalp. So if you're experiencing both irregular periods and these skin and hair issues, it's a strong signal to investigate your androgen levels with a healthcare provider. And as we approach our final sign, remember that all of these hormones talk to each other. The issues that affect your cycle can also dramatically affect your sleep. Sign number 5, chronic poor sleep. This is the sign most frequently dismissed as just stress or a busy mind. But your ability to get deep, restorative sleep is profoundly tied to your hormones. We're talking about difficulty falling asleep, even when you're exhausted. Or the classic pattern of waking up at 3 or 4 a.m. with your mind racing, unable to fall back asleep. Two key hormones are often the culprits here. The first is progesterone. As mentioned, progesterone has a calming, sedative-like effect. As progesterone levels naturally decline in the second half of your cycle or during perimenopause, it can become much harder to fall and stay asleep. The second is cortisol. Remember how cortisol should be low at night? In a state of chronic stress, your cortisol levels can remain high in the evening, leaving you feeling wired, anxious, and unable to switch off your racing mind. That 3 a.m. waking is a classic sign of a blood sugar crash or a cortisol spike overnight. Prioritizing a relaxing bedtime routine is a critical first step. This means turning off screens at least an hour before bed, avoiding caffeine in the afternoon, and creating a cool, dark, and quiet sleep environment. This helps to naturally lower cortisol and support your body's production of melatonin, your primary sleep hormone. So, let's put it all together. You might be experiencing a few of these signs. Maybe your deep fatigue is connected to the same blood sugar issues that are causing your weight gain. Maybe the poor sleep is making your mood swings worse. It's all connected. Your body is not a collection of separate parts. It is one intricate, interconnected system. The purpose of this video is not to diagnose, but to illuminate. It's to give you the knowledge to start connecting the dots in your own health journey. If this resonated with you, the most important next step is to take this information to a trusted healthcare professional, a doctor, a naturopath, or a functional medicine practitioner and start a conversation. Ask for comprehensive testing. Advocate for yourself. You are not alone in this journey. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Humanos Health.